Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Modeling League's Dungeonbowl. We're in week number 1. We've got a double header tonight. Two really fun games tonight. Bad Dog Festoon, Malik, welcome all to the stream. I've been really looking forward to these games all week long. We're going to get started with the league champion up tonight. It is going to be the Goodest Boys Strike Back versus the Dream-O-Wish Foundation. Necro versus Halflings. Oh, Old Gamer Mike versus Nick Satan. Nick Satan, the current league champion. This is going to be a really fun match. Let's take a look at the standings before we take a look at the two teams this evening. Everyone in Division A has played their game here in week number 1, and at the top of the stack is going to be the Spite Spire Snipers, coached by Squig. That's a Wood Elf team. They won this week with a score of 4-0. They'll be in first place. BB Nut, welcome to the stream. The Fishy Fiends in second place. That's Ajax's Chaos Renegades team. They won 2-0. And Odin and Snuffle, the Season 2 champion, Clypheus and his Norse team, they won this week 2-0. Over in Division B is where we'll be for game number 1 this evening. The Arlington Nationals currently in first place. That's B-Dog's Undead team. They won 2-0. In my opinion, the GOAT is in second place. That's Electric Man's Skaven team. They won their game 2-1 this week. The Goodest Boys Strike Back are going to be up against the Dream-O-Wish Foundation here this evening, trying to take that first place spot if at all possible. There's 9 weeks of regulation in this competition. El Numerino, welcome to the stream. In Division C, that's what we'll be for week number 1. For game number 2 this evening, 1 game left to be played in this division. MAML Nightmare currently sitting pretty at the top of the stack here. They won 3-0 this week. That's Festoon's Necro team. The Discomancers, another Necro team coached by Ian, in second place with a win 2-0. And the World of Cheese are tied for second place. That's James Like Snacks Elven Union team. They are 1-0, and they won their game 2-0 this week. The home team for this evening will be the Goodest Boys Strike Back. This is Old Gamer Mike's Necro team. 12 on the roster. That's going to bring their TV to 1,500,000 gold. They have both werewolves, 2 golems, 2 wraiths, 2 of their 4 ghoul runners, and a bunch of zombos. 5 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls. They're going to be up against the Halflings of the league champion, Nick Satan's Dream-O-Wish Foundation. They have 9, 10, 11, just 12 on the roster to start this game, or to start this competition really here in week number 1. That's going to bring their TV to 870,000 gold. That is, that's a lot. That's 630,000 gold in petty cash going to the Dream-O-Wish Foundation. We will spend a good bit of time talking about that in just a minute. They have their 2 trees on the roster, sponsor Eleanor and sponsor Patsy, wearing numbers 15 and 16 respectively. They have a bunch of linemen on the roster. They did pick up a Hefty here. They have PD number 13 here. The Halfling Hefty has an AV of 8+. Can you believe it? And 1 dedicated fan and 3 rerolls. How are these two teams going to play? Let's take a look at the home team first, because that'll be pretty easy compared to this Halfling team. SB Beaver Spire, welcome to the stream. SB Beaver praying to Nuffle. I think Nick Satan appreciates that a lot. Not to say, not saying anything. I mean, I guess I literally just said something. But the Halfling team, very difficult team to play as they're so fragile. But the home team here this evening will be this Necro team. They have the 2 werewolves, 2 flesh golems, the 2 wraiths, the 2 ghoul runners that we talked about just a moment ago. These werewolves cannot rely on claws against the Halflings, because Claws treats everybody's AV. Von Rue, welcome to the stream. Good to see you here. Claws treats everybody's AV as if it's an 8+. The Halflings, by and large, have an AV of 7+. Not going to be an issue, or not going to be a factor against the Halflings. However, those trees, it's absolutely going to be a factor against. 2 trees on the roster for the Halfling team. They absolutely rely on those trees to make their strategy work. And if those trees go down, the Halflings are in big trouble. That means that these werewolves might be put to use going after the trees. Nick Satan is going to have to defend those trees with good positioning with those other halflings to prevent the assist required to get the 2-die block on the tree. I think Old Gamer Mike might even try for the 1-die block if it means getting a tree off the pitch. Frenzy's going to make that easier, kind of. Block is absolutely going to make that easier. He has to follow up with Frenzy. He gets to roll more dice with Frenzy. The problem is you're up against Strength 6 in these trees. So if we count it up, you've got a Strength of 3 on the Werewolf. You need 4 more players to get the 2-die block that you're looking for. And if you don't get it on that first block, that frenzy follow-up probably not going to have all those assists that you had on the first block, so that could be trouble for the Goodest boys if they're going to go after the trees. The wraiths can be used to get that extra assist, right? You get a wraith with guard on the backside of the tree from where you're blocking from. That follow-up, you still get the block. I'm sorry, you still get the assist with the wraith on that follow-up, so that might come into play. But if the Goodest boys really pile into these trees, you don't see it too often. But the halfling team, I think they can pick up that ball and cage it up and just start to run down pitch. So the Goodest boys have a major strategic decision to make tonight, whether to go after the trees or whether to just murder the halflings. The halflings are very frail. They will come off the pitch. And if he goes after the halflings and takes them off the pitch, I mean, then there's nobody left to score. So that's an option for the Goodest boys tonight as well. They have a kicker which can be used to great effect. The kicker here, Black Mamba number 9, really makes a kick much more accurate than it normally would be. Lots of speed on this roster with these 2 werewolves at an MA of 8, the ghoul runners at an MA of 7. He can leverage that speed on a kick to snake the ball away from the offense, or kick it really deep. That offense that is relatively slow, comparatively slow to this team, that he can apply some early pressure or stall out the clock that way as well. That'll be a great option in this matchup. These 4 Mighty Blow players are going to be a real problem for this halfling team. The halflings, as we just mentioned, have mostly AV 7+. That is not a lot. Not a lot at all. Very easy to remove them. They're weak as well with the strength of 2. They have these 2 treemen that they absolutely rely on, and that's because these trees try to hold down the fort, try to push down the pitch to try to make the halfling fling, right? The halfling throw teammate toss as reliable as possible. And that's going to be tricky. How many rerolls are on the Necro team? Was it just 2? Oh, it's 3. All right. That's going to be, that can be really difficult to do, especially as you start to lose more and more players. Black Wolf, welcome to the stream. Jared Wilkes, welcome to the stream as well. 50 quatloos on the halflings. El Nubrino says, tackle on those wolves should be good for murdering halflings. Yeah. Yes, that's very true. El Nubrino, VP Nuts says, move over Sesame Street. Counting with every unit 2. It's way better. So the Dream of Wish, the Dream of Wish Foundation here, right? They really rely on these trees remaining on the pitch. Nick Satan's done a pretty good job of leveling them up here. Has block on sponsor Eleanor. They both have Mighty Blow. They have Timber that makes them a little more reliable to stand up. Oh, Gamer Mike with the sub. Thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it. Good luck to you this evening. Thank you very much for your kindness. The Halfling Hefty here with Leader. He's going to get a free reroll out of this as well. He's also going to pick up that Halfling Master Chef. I know we're about to go over time here. I want to talk about these inducements really quickly here. 630K in inducements. I mean, that's got to be a Morg. He's going to pick up Morg. I think that's also going to be a Cindy Pie Whistle for 50K. That's going to leave him with, let's do the math, 200K left. 200K, I think we go over to here. He picks up the Chef for 100K. That leaves 100K left. What does he do with that? Boy, I mean, he could get a bribe, right? And then we see Cindy all night long. He can absolutely get a bribe. He could pick up the kegs to make the KO rolls much safer. You can make it a 2+ instead of a 4+. He will absolutely have KOs tonight. That might be an option as well, but I would be very surprised if we don't see Morgenthorpe take to the pitch this evening. There it is, Morgenthorpe with 250K left to spend. He'll spend 100K on the Chef for sure. That'll leave 150K left. Cindy is 50K. That would leave 100K left. And boy, a bribe sure is looking pretty good. El Numerino says, can we set the rush failure rate back to 900%, please? We had an appallingly low failure rate so far this season. Look, I don't make the rules. There's a Cindy, 200K left. It's gotta be the Chef. There's the Chef. And now this is the question. Where is 100K spent? Is it gonna be on a bribe? It is on the bribe. We're gonna see Cindy for the entire duration of the game, more than likely, unless she is the target. of a blocker of blitz by the opposing team, which I think she may very well be. It's going to be pouring rain in this game as well. Malik says, you know that's the play. Rock Cindy all night long. I agree. BP Nut says, I'm not looking forward to getting morged about 9 times this season. I am. No, I mean, no, I'm not. The Dream of Wish Foundation wins the coin toss. They're going to choose to be on offense to start this game this evening. Pouring rain means that all the catchy stuff is a -1. Catching the ball, picking the ball up off the ground, or trying to intercept the ball is all going to be a -1 in this matchup. Malik asks, is Rainmaker hard to pass with? It does not. Does make it harder to catch her bombs. Yeah, it's actually arguably even better for her. Boot Polish, welcome to the stream. Move, welcome to the stream as well. Move tells BB not fire your spawn. I hate that thing. Boot Polish says Cindy will be the target of Nuffle double ones. Perhaps so. Perhaps so. Defense is set up here. 3 rerolls, but they may lose those to the chef. If you're unfamiliar with how the chef works, you roll a 3d6, and for every 4+, the opposing team is going to lose a reroll, and the team with the chef is going to gain a reroll. The opposing team doesn't have to have those rerolls for you to take, so it's not technically a steal, but that's kind of the idea, right? So the Goodest Boys Strike Back have 3 rerolls right now. They could lose all 3, and they could bump up the halfling team to 6 rerolls for the half. That chef will roll at the beginning of each half of this game as well. 2 in either wide zone. Those are the Wraiths. The Wraiths are the blitzers on a Necro roster. They have the block seal. They have sidestep and a foul appearance as well. It can make them a super nuisance to deal with. Both have picked up block and mighty blow, so they are dangerous blitzers indeed. 3 on the line now for the offense. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I've done this a billion times. Black Mamba on the line. So the problem with this is when you have a kicker, it can't go on the line, and the kicker cannot go in the wide zones. Well, it can. If you put that kicker there, though, then you can't actually use the kick skill. So the kicker, to use the kick skill, the kicker has to be set up somewhere in here. The kicker is on the line instead, which means the defense will not be able to use the kick skill on this first drive. SP Beaver says, I think a chef is the vampire's worst nightmare. I don't think anyone likes a chef. Dream of Witch Foundation. Remember, they have a leader too somewhere. I don't know where the leader went. There it is, PD here. So PD as a leader, right? You get a team reroll so long as that leader remains on the pitch. So the Dream of Witch Foundation could start this game with 7 rerolls. Yeah, that's right. I already drew on the screen. Oh no. Oh no, I may have started a downfall of murder. Here's the kick. 2 halflings back to receive. Terry and Jerry versions 2.0. Brilliant coaching. Brilliant coaching. Did anyone get brilliant coaching? The Goodest Boys earned a reroll, so they lost 1. The Dream of a Wish Foundation picked up 1, and then God, I want to call them the Dream Boys, the Goodest Boys. The Goodest Boys then picked 1 up from Nuffle, so now the Goodest Boys will be at 3 rerolls for this for the half. Dream of Wish Foundation currently at 5 with that leader. First block of the game is going to be against the left defensive end. A knockdown by sponsor Eleanor grabs that player offline and pulls him in. Grab is like an inverse sidestep, so you can pick him up and just put him right down. Morgan Thorg, the center for the offense, breaks armor on the first block of his game, gets a stun out of this, and now a 2-die against Flanders is not going to work out. Brawler's going to have to be spent here. Doesn't want to dip into the team reroll. Okay. Could have Brawlered the boat down right as I say he didn't want to do it. Nuffle agreed with me. Spent the team reroll, got through the loader roll, and rolled into double skulls to be a turnover. That's a down tree. That's a problem. Whenever these trees go down, it's a big, big problem. They only have an MA of 2. It costs 3 MA to stand back up. If you don't have 3 MA to stand up with, you have to roll a die to do so. Maybe more importantly, we'll see what the defense wants to do here, but maybe more importantly, that means there's a foul opportunity on Sponsor Patsy here over the right side. I taught that tree everything I knew about rolling dice. Segner's Loop, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Minute to go here in turn number 1 for the Goodest boys, and now the pressure being applied. They take a mark with Tessum, the number 5 Wraith, over on the left side. Oh my goodness, something is happening. I just updated my computer right before the stream, and my colors are freaking out. First they were all white, now that it's all black. I don't know what's going on. I'll figure that out later. Blitz still on the table here for the defense. Cindy wasn't able to chuck a bomb on the first turn of the game here, but she's still pretty well protected, so probably not going to be marked by the defense. Here comes the defense, trampling down the right wide zone. Robert Schnauzer coming after that ball. Two-die. Oh, he did go after Cindy. How did he get after Cindy? Oh, the blitz right through the corner because the tree's down naturally. Gets a push out of this. Cindy's going to stay on her feet. BB Nut says the best big guy is an ogre-sized acorn. I agree. BB Nut has shown off in our Discord channel. I'll put a link in the chat. BB Nut has previously showed off in our Discord channel a custom ogre-sized acorn, which I think is absolutely amazing. Goodest boys on the bonus clock here. You get 7 minutes 30 seconds for the duration of the game. They're down to 6 minutes 40 seconds. Piling players in for... Oh, no foul. No foul on the trees. So now turn 2 back to the Dream of Wish Foundation. They could get locked down, but I think they're going to move right up the middle here and try to just push forward with all this strength. BB Nut says I have 2 more in the works. 2 more ogre-sized acorns? That's awesome. And so it looks like he's setting up his cage for this upcoming ball pickup. Remember, the ball pickup is going to be a -1. It is a 50-50 pickup due to the rain. 2-die block by Sponsor Eleanor over on the left side of the line. Gets a push and grabs her and puts Mac Rame right back. Mac Ramey right back where he was. That's very polite. You know, you pick him up, you move him over, and you're like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't realize you didn't want to sit there. I'll put you back where you are. No problem. Morg on the other side. Morg on the other hand says, yeah, you're out of the game. Get out of here. Get out of here. Regen does not kick in on the lineman, and that's a 1-man player advantage for the Dream of Wish Foundation. Morg with a mighty blow of +2 made it a 6+ to break armor. Cindy with the bomb pass over in the right wide zone. Interception attempt. Doesn't work out. Good bomb here. Knocked down Robert Schnauzer and Race, the number 6 Wraith. Eleanor, excuse me, more. Oh, they're two peas. Two peas in a pod, those two. BB says gonna have an ogre team of squirrels. That is super rad. I think that's awesome. I'd love to see that. And now Mark taking it against Robert Schnauzer on the right wide zone. Is this gonna be a foul attempt? Does he doesn't have a big bench here. Halfling teams, I think, tend to want to fill out their bench. I think the Dream and Wish Foundation's down a couple of players. Or, I'm sorry, down a couple of players. They're up a single player. Oh, no. Meaning they had 12 on the roster. They picked up 2 here in star players. Fail, dodge to a KO. And now turn 2 back to the Goodest boys. We might see some real pressure on the ball coming up. Mark taking against Morg. Does he have anything going up here against Morg? 2-die block by Sam Corrigan over on the left side of the line. Gets a POW out of this. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. What is that sound? Is that coming through? I am hearing wacky sounds right now. I don't know what's going on. Tessum takes a mark against Jerry version 2.0. That's the first mark by the defense on the ball right now. The ball currently resting on the 20-yard line. Yeah, I'm hearing like weird chimes. 2-die blitz gets a POW, gets Mickey version 0.2. The real Senfo, welcome to the stream. Great to see you. Glad to have you here. All I hear is the rain. That's all you should hear. So I guess everything's good. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Colors and sound, are you okay? Oh, you know what it is? I bet you after the update, my Discord sounds are different for some reason. I bet you that's what it is. 2-die block back at the line of scrimmage against sponsor Patsy. Had good knockdown here. Are we gonna see a foul? If we do, it's currently one. Nope, not gonna risk the foul. Sponsor Patsy knocked the ground. Now a mark against Cindy Pie Whistle once again. Sure, man. It's your Discord sounds. Oh, did they change my sounds for Halloween? Don't change my sounds for any reason. I don't like that at all. Turn 3 for the Dream of Wish Foundation. Sponsor Patsy standing right back up. These stand-ups are a 50-50 due to the MA of 2. You can opt out if you want. Did require reading the notification. I never read anything they send me. I'll check it out after the games tonight. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. So these treatment, their negatrade is that they take root. Before they activate, you roll a d6. If you roll a 1, they are rooted, meaning they can no longer move for the rest of the drive unless they are knocked down. If they're knocked down, they lose their root. But on standing up, they have to roll that again. Every time they activate, they've got to roll take root, provided they're not already rooted. Cindy Pie Whistle going for the marked pass here, trying to take out Tosa Smith. Tosa Smith says, get out of here. Look at me. Do you know who I am? It is definitely Discord. 2-die block. Sponsor Eleanor with the knockdown. Well done. Mighty blow in effect. Halflings need those 2 trees or else their strategy falls apart very quickly. 2-die block against Raish got through that foul appearance roll. It's going to be a both standing result by Morgenthorg here. Morgenthorg with a Mighty Blow of +2. Remember, Mighty Blow gives you that that number on your armor roll or your injury roll. If you can break armor naturally, which is very easy to do against the halfling, you get that +2 for the injury roll. They should try drinking Thrall blood. I bet that would fix Take Root. 10 seconds to go here for the Dream of Wish Foundation. A scrum forming around the ball. A gaggle of halflings. A murder of halflings. 2-9 block of Robert Schnauzer gets the pal here. A removal would be huge. Needs a 9+. Doesn't get it. Keeping that werewolf locked down. It costs 3 MA to stand up, losing 3 of that 8 MA every time it's knocked to the ground. Dream of Wish Foundation back on the bonus clock here. 4 rerolls for the half. Good dodge for the 5+ pickup. -1 in the rain. -1 for the mark. Fails the pickup. And this ball's going to fumble over to the left. That'll be a turnover. Remember, it's a -1 in the rain. Elder Marina says, as a group of halflings, a handful. It has to be, right? A handful of halflings. 2-9 block works out thanks to the block skill against Cindy Pie Whistle. 6+ breaks armor, and there she goes. Cindy out of the game. A bribe is not going to bring you back from unconsciousness. Good block here on Cindy Pie Whistle to take her out of the game. Cindy Pie Whistle, a very, very strong star player, now removed. And that bribe, I guess, is going to have to be used for a foul. Good blitz here by Sam Corkington, the werewolf, to get a KO. That's another removal. 3-man player advantage for the defense as they clear the ball. And they're going to try to score with Pug Johnson, I think. Pug Johnson with sure hands. It's a 75% chance to pick this ball up, and if he can, the defense gets on the board and takes the lead in this ball game 1-0. Boot Polish says, old gamer has officially broke armor the same amount of times I did in my game. 3-die block against Frankeltron version 1.2. 6+ breaks armor. Tosa Smith, there's the armor break. Got the removal. 4-man player advantage for the defense. Malik says, wait, you can break armor in this game? Is that a thing you can do? I'm unfamiliar. 1 die on Morgenthorg works out. 10+ breaks armor by the Flesh Golem. No armor break, keeping Morg at bay now. Here's the pickup attempt. Fails the first one. Gets a free reroll. Doesn't work out. And there's the turnover. 25% chance of failure. And now the Dream of Wish Foundation stays alive in this first drive. The ball now on their own 22-yard line. Currently marked by 2 opposing players, but all of their players marked by a pair of werewolves. 2-die blitz by sponsor Eleanor against Tosa Smith. Going to spend a team reroll here. Just going to be a push. 25% of the time. Fails every time. That's right. So that was a push result. The reason Tosa Smith was not pushed back, right? If the blocker is coming in this direction, when you get pushed, you go into one of the 3 spaces directly behind you. So in this case, it would have been these 3 spaces. The reason that did not happen is because Tosa Smith has this skill right here, stand firm. When you stand firm, you can't actually be pushed backwards. You stay right where you are. Very strong pitch control skill. And now a 1-die against Robert Schnauzer. Gets the push. Is he going to try to dodge away for the surf? He is indeed. There's the surf setup. Trying to take a werewolf out of this game. There it is. Got the push. Very well done. We'll see if the werewolf gets injured here on the crowd surf. No injury, but got rid of that wolf. BB Nuts says, you know what this game needs? Nurgle cheerleaders. No, it doesn't. So deciding to give up the ball here for the surf, wanted to get something more permanent out of that surf. Didn't happen, but I think it was a good attempt. Turn 4 now, back to the Goodest boys. Once again, they're looking at a 50-50 pickup. Well, unless it's with Pug Johnson who has sure hands. And then it'll be a 75% chance because he gets a free reroll out of it. Spire says boo. That could be boo. Or it could be in the spirit of the season. Boo. Dealer's choice, really. Goodest boys repositioning for the 2-die sponsor. Eleanor so is going after the trees here, but not with the werewolves. These trees have a massive armor value of 11. It's a 3 in 36 chance of breaking armor, so that's a 1 in 12 chance. 2-die block against Charles will be a knockdown here. Breaks armor, gets a stun. Malik says, if there were Nurgle cheerleaders, I have 12. I have news for you, sir. There are indeed Nurgle cheerleaders. I don't know when they were added. I guess with Nurgle? Good pickup, and now the Goodest boys are going to get on. Oh, they're going to stall this out. They're going to stall this out. So they're going to stay on the 24-yard line. And now the Dream of Wish Foundation starts the second quarter of the game. I thought they'd score and try to do it all over again with their kicker. Blitz declared. Declared? Declared, that's a word. With Morganthorpe. The Real Sunfo gifting a sub. Thank you very much for your generosity. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Great to have you here. Thank you kindly. Congratulations to Nurgle's Rot on the gifted sub. A push against Pleather here. So you can see what Nick Satan did here. He rolled a both down result in a push. Didn't have the block scale to keep that both down safe, but the push was safe. So what he did is he used Brawler. The Brawler allows you to re-roll 1 die. It's one of the few dice. It's one of the few skills that allows you to roll a subset of your die pool. Von Rue with the gifted subs as well. Holy moly. Thank you very much, Von Rue. 5 gifted subs. Wow. Thank you guys very much for your kindness. I appreciate it. Holy moly, that's right. Thank you very much, Von Rue. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Failed dodge to do a stun over in the right wide zone. Goodest boys strike back, continuing to stall this game out. We're going to get a POW against Mickey version 0.2. Hunting for SPP on the casualties. Boy, I'd be... Well, who am I kidding? It's me. I'm very skittish. But if I weren't so skittish, I'd be scoring all day, man. Oh, thank you very much, Von Rue, for the kind words. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out, watching some Blood Bowl with us tonight. We got a doubleheader tonight. For those who play, for those who watch, for those that talk shop, I love this game. Love to share it with everyone else. We have a great community, not just MAML, but the Blood Bowl community in general is a fantastic community. Lots of great streamers, lots of great content and material. I mean, this is a game that went unsupported by Games Workshop for about 15 years, maybe 15 years. I remember there was a 2005 release of 3rd edition, but that's not a dig on Games Workshop. But in those intervening years, the community kept this game alive. It's one of my favorite things about Blood Bowl, and you know, it stays alive because of great people. It stays alive because it's a great game. So I'm glad to share it with everyone else. BB9 says technically it was only 5 years, but really it was 10. Fair enough. Oh no! Sponsor Patsy, no! Oh, got through the loner roll and the double skulls. Breaks armor. Hank the Ranger, welcome to the stream. Only got a sun out of it. That could have been a very bad turn. 2-die block by Morg is double pals, looking for a 7+ to break armor. Oh, you're right. The trees don't have loner. You're absolutely right, BB Nut. Thank you. There's the armor break. Didn't really get anything out of it. Got a stun. That's right. Yeah, the halfling trees don't have loner. There's that failed stand-up roll. The tree's knocked to the ground. Doesn't have enough MA to stand up. Has to roll a D6. That was a blitz attempt on the stand-up. It's a 50-50 attempt to stand up. A reroll was spent, but failed the stand-up attempt again. And now the blitz has been spent. If you look at this little action bar down here, these are the 5 actions you get in the game of Blood Bowl. Uh-oh. Poor little fella. See you later, guy. You know what? You're gonna get the very best treatment from. Oh no, there's no apothecary. You know what? You'll be fine. The ground is soft in the rain. You'll feel better shortly. Tried to dodge away, and as is often the case with a halfling failed dodge, that resulted in a casualty. Boy, I was saying something. I don't even remember what it was. Another removal. That is a 6-man player advantage for the defense. Continuing to stall this game out in the corner. Pug Johnson. Now in the back left corner of the pitch here. 1 die against Morg. It's going to be a knockdown here. 10+ breaks armor with Mighty Blow. Doesn't get it. Turn 7 for the Dream of Wish Foundation. They were on offense and just couldn't get it going. And now they're just hoping to stay alive for the next drive. Gets a POW here. Breaks armor. Got the casualty. Well done. So Morg putting in... Morg putting in some work. Unfortunately, he's up against a team with regen. So the regeneration trait says if you suffer a casualty, you roll a d6. On a 4+, you don't actually suffer the casualty at all. You just go back into the reserve box. Double pals against Mac Ramey. BB Nut asks, is this the only game tonight? No, we have another game this evening. Coming up immediately after this game, we have the Gassenberg Cavaliers versus Philosopher's Song, Eagle TSI versus Spire. That's, I believe that's OWA versus Lizards. So the Old World Alliance versus Lizardmen. That is a Division C matchup. Coming up right after this game tonight. It's scheduled for 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so about 29 minutes from now. Turn 7 now for the Goodest boys. Old Gamer Mike in absolute control of the pitch right now. Cindy Pie Whistle out for the rest of the game. That's one of the inducements gone. Morgenthorg's still a threat, but trying to take him out. I'm surprised. Well, maybe not that surprised. I was going to say I'm surprised he hasn't tried to foul Morg, but I don't know. I'd still foul Morg. 2-die against Morgenthorg only gets a push here. Spends a reroll with 2 left and 2 turns. Why not? But only gets a push on the reroll. Sponsor Patsy on the block against Mac Ramey. Gets the knockdown. Sponsor Patsy with Mighty Blow. There's that armor break. He punched. Did you see that? Punched the lineman so hard he faded out of existence. Look at his leg. Watch this removal. Just vanishes. I punched you out of reality. On the blitz, gets a push against Tosa Smith. Tosa Smith stands firm, and that'll be the end of the blitz. And now a 2-die against Black Mamba. Gets a knockdown here. Trying to take out the kicker, doesn't work out. Stand-up foul attempt, trying to take the kicker out. No assists on this foul. Failed the foul here. Does not get called off the pitch. So when you foul, it's a straight armor break. If you roll doubles on the armor break or the injury roll, then the ref will have spotted you. And you'll be ejected from the game. Didn't happen there, and there's the score in turn 8. The Goodest boys strike back, take the lead in this ball game 1-0. Second half to begin here with the Dream and Wish Foundation now on defense. BB Nut says, I have a sneaky feeling Imperial Nobility will be good in BB 2025. Why do you think that? Not that I'm disagreeing. I'm just curious as to your thoughts. Morg off the pitch. Yeah, all right, there he goes. I was like, why is Morg off the pitch? Does he have enough players? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Indeed. It will be 11 v... Wow, I can't believe I'm saying this. But the Dream and Wish Foundation, the Halfling team, will have a one-man player advantage going into this half. Dream and Wish Foundation to set up their defense. Their offense absolutely stalled out right from the jump here. What they're going to have to do now is they're going to have to find a way to get at this ball. They don't have to get super aggressive, I think, unless the offense just decides to go absolutely nowhere. But I don't think it's going to happen. Instead, they're going to have to find a way to shut down, force this offense to the right or to the left. That's going to double up their defense, and then find a way to get at that ball. And I think that's going to have to happen with Morg in the trees, meaning that Morg and or the trees can open up that lane for a Halfling player to dodge through, maybe pick up that ball, maybe even get the blitz on the ball carrier and start fighting for that ball in a scrum, or maybe even just swipe it away if the ball is very lightly defended. BB Nut says, seems a lot of teams are losing some access to the guard skill. Imperial Nobility are not. I think that will rebalance them somewhat. There's a wild rumor going around that Dwarf linemen are losing strength on primaries. Wow. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. BB 2020 was a great shakeup. I'm excited for what BB 2025 can bring. I was talking to a buddy of mine yesterday, and if the idea is that a single box is a viable team, I will go ham. I will buy so much stuff. BBNet says Orcs just lost 4 strength access players. Humans lost 2. You mean, right, because they don't have 4 blitzers in the box, right? So they're down to 2 blitzers. That's, man, I don't like that. The blitzers are the stars of the show on a human team. Malik says, get your Legions Imperialis stuff bought and ready first. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. 3 on the line for the defense, 5 on the line for the offense currently. They've got 1 back to receive. That's going to be Pug Johnson, who just scored in the first half of the game. Both werewolves in either wide zone. They are going to be blitzing this turn, no doubt. They both have the Frenzy skill, so all skills in the game of Blood Bowl are optional unless they say otherwise. Frenzy is one of those few skills that are not optional. And Frenzy says when you take a block, if that block results in a push, you must follow up and then take a second block. And that second block, if that results in a push, you must follow up there as well. So it's great for getting more dice to knock down a player, not so great for positioning. So when you see a player that has block, tackle, and frenzy, and claws in this case, that is a killer, right? That is almost assuredly knocking down a player, treating their AV as an 8+, getting through that dodge skill so that defender stumbles is not a problem. 2 rerolls taken by the Halfling Master Chef, so the Dream and Wish Foundation will have 6 rerolls for the rest of the game. The Goodest boys down to 1 reroll. They smelled the delicious aroma of what that Halfling Master Chef was cooking. And while they were distracted, it turns out they lost a couple of their rerolls. Malik says, but you may get me to get the box when it drops, so you know that's all downhill, yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for the box. The new box version, it's called, the new version of Blood Bowl is called Blood Bowl 3rd Season Edition. It's going to have Tomb Kings, and it's going to have Bretonians in it. BB Nut says the design space seems to be to reduce guard amounts, makes the fouling meta limited to a few teams and have a few more players start with tackle. BB Nut very excited for the Bretts. I am indifferent. I mean, I'm always excited to have more teams. More teams is great, but I don't have any particular affinity for Bretts. Good. Whoa! Oh! Spent the reroll here on turn 9 to get the knockdown on sponsor Patsy. And now a 1 die against Morgan Thorg is not going to work out. Morg not able to break armor. That will be a turnover. Turn 9 for the Dream and Wish Foundation. So now they know their opponent has no more rerolls available. The real Senfo says, I'm going to have to get out of here, but thank you for the entertainment this rainy evening in Colorado. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Great to see you. Hope to see you back again in the future. Take care. Have a great night. Morgenthor going after one of these wraiths. Couldn't get through the foul appearance roll. Spent a reroll. Got the POW. Now looking for a 7+. Laughs in UK weather. No armor break on Tessim. If you could stand up to Morgenthor, that's really a testament to your mettle. Ball the opposing 10-yard line right outside the right wide zone. And now a POW against Raish. Looking for an 8+ here with sponsor Eleanor. BB says scientists have proven the UK is officially the cloudiest part of Europe. sidestep decision here by Old Gamer Mike. Finally picks up on the decision here. Decides to sidestep across the line of scrimmage. No armor break. No one in the UK was shocked. And now the Dream of Wish Foundation on the bonus clock. They've spent a minute here in 1/2 of gameplay. They have 6 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock to spend. One of their 3 remaining resources. The other are their 5 rerolls and their 1 bribe. Definitely picked up that bribe for Cindy, but Cindy got injured. Now can use that bribe on a foul to keep a player on the pitch. And there's the foul. Well done. And this is where the bribe will be spent. So he's going to try to argue the call first. The ref's having none of it. And now a little bit of goal. Oh! Oh! So good removal there on the foul. Got rid of one of these wraiths, the blitzers here. Got an injury out of it as well. But the ref called that foul out instantly. Said no, that was illegal. Get out of here. Nick Satan tried to argue with the ref. The ref said no, that was illegal. Get out of here. Nick Satan said, here's a little coin. What do you think now? And he said, no, that was illegal. Get out of here. Can you request a refund from the ref union when they take a bribe and still call you off? Nope. Blitz over in the right wide zone. Got a pal here against Terry version 2.0. Big spin up on the armor break. Gets a stun out of this. What do you think this shadow is right here? Is that just like a shadow creature? Oh no, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Failed pickup to a turnover here. Very tough to pick the ball up in the rain. Unless you've got a high agility player like an elf. Oh, is it a rain puddle? Is that what it is? I don't know. Ghost of my dead vampires. Shavestone, welcome to the stream. Malik says it was tough for my thrower to pick up the ball in the sun on Tuesday. Sponsor Patsy gonna take root here unless a reroll is spent. Nick Satan deciding whether this is a concern or not. Remember, these halflings can throw. Their treemen have throw teammate, and the halflings have the right stuff except for the hefties. And so the treeman can pick up and throw a halfling. You can use this in a couple of ways. If the halfling has the ball, you can just chuck the whole halfling down pitch. If they haven't activated yet, then they can start to run. You can use a halfling as an artillery shell. You can pick up a teammate and throw them at the opposing ball carrier. Dude-eye block against Tosa. Smith here gets the knockdown. Again, Mighty Blow +2 will make this an 8+. No armor break. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, run the pitch without rain to see if there's still a shadow. I don't think there will be, but sure. Yeah. But I mean, that is not how a puddle works. Like, that looks like shadows. You know what I mean? Rush to mark the ball here. Now the Dream of Wish Foundation fighting for this ball. They had to do something. We talked about this just before the beginning of the half. And now they're going to try to set up a scrum here. I don't think they're going to risk picking up that ball. Again, that would be a 5+. Hank the Ranger lowering the rush failure rate from 900% to to 99%. Mr. Rocker Crocker says BB3 is not how coding works apart from the course. Whoa! Big armor break by the halfling on the werewolf. This might be worth a foul. It'd be 3 assists on the foul. That would be a 6+ to break armor on Robert Schnauzer. There's that second mark on the ball. Rupert version 0.2 can get there. There it is. 6+ breaks armor. Got the removal. Did not get called off the pitch this time. Very, very well done by Nick Satan here to get rid of such a key player on this roster. Three assists brought that AV down to a 6+, got the removal. Dream of Wish Foundation doing everything they can to try to end this game probably in a draw. I can taste them quad lose. Electrics Man, welcome to the stream. Electrics Man says I had to work late. What have I missed? You have missed lots and lots of removals. Get out of here. I refuse to repeat that. One die against sponsor Patsy will work out again. Do the broke armor. Got a stun out of that. That would have been a devastating removal for the Dream of Wish Foundation. 2 die against Morgenthorpe is going to be a push. I refuse, Mr. Rocker Crocker. Dick Clypeus changed his name to Mr. Rocker Crocker. So, I shouldn't admit to this, but I will. I bought, like a couple months ago, the Bubsy collection. And it is nothing but puns like that. Bubsy games aren't even good. I don't know what. Well, I do know what compelled me to buy it, because I find them so fascinatingly bad that they've always fascinated me, and the fact that we have a collection of them blows my mind. Oh man, more just punching him into the ground. Minute 13 left on the clock here for the Dream of Wish Foundation. Fighting for this ball, taking a mark against the kicker, Black Mamba over in the right wide zone, who's currently marking Charles. There's that scrum we talked about forming up. 38 seconds ago, the Dream of Wish Foundation has a number of free halflings. Probably going to try to mark out the flesh golems. 2-die blitz on Pug Johnson. Might spend a reroll here on the push. Yes, indeed he does. Oh, quad pushes. The Ghoul Runner is going to stay on his feet. How many halflings equal one scrum? That's right, a handful. Good presence of mind by Nick Satan to get this tree in on that scrum with that much needed strength. Tree also with the block skill as well. That helps make it a more reliable blocker. Funneling players in. Eagle TSI with the sub. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you for your generosity. So the Dream-A-Wish Foundation, what they've elected to do here instead is they're setting up tackle zones, right? So you can see where the tackle zones are here. This is how they plan to protect the left side here from these big players here. That means they're only going to have a couple of turns to gather this ball before this protective unit collapses. That's right, Telestrator of Doom. Telestrator of Doom. Although, I don't know, with all these shadow creatures, maybe they... Well, no. We've had a lot of mauling. We've had a lot of mauling. A push by Tessum, the number 5 Wraith over on the right side, fighting for this ball. My Dauntless tree is ready. Under a minute to play here for the Goodest boys. They have a lot of speed. Very easy for them to get some players in the scrum. I'm very surprised this werewolf's coming from the top side here. He's taking a mark on Jerry. Good dodge by Pug Johnson on the back side of the ball now. Double skulls against James version 3.0. The first 2 Jameses didn't work out, but the third one, he's learned a trick or two. Eagle TSI lowering the rush failure rate from the rulebook mandated 900% to the perhaps BB 2025 99%. We'll find out. BB says Dauntless Tree for when you really, really, really need 2 dice versus a Death Roller. Death Rollers, if you're unfamiliar, they're well, they're tanks. They are tanks that that dwarves can take onto the pitch. Someone be like Pips. Learn from Pips. Well, nobody can be like Pips. That's, you know, I didn't think about that. Double skulls against Sam Corrigan, down to 1 reroll here. Gets a dodge push out of this. Electric Man says, doesn't old gamer Mike care about the kids' tree for a wish? Clearly not. Like, if this is a puddle of anything, it's not a puddle of water. It's like a puddle of liquid mercury. Like, this is not how it works. Lady LaFay, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. That's definitely not how mud works either. "38 seconds here for the Dream-A-Wish Foundation. Dude, Blitz got the power here against Tessum. Really wants this 8+ to try to clean this scrum up. But can't break armor. That's true. It's kind of not how blood works either. At least I hope not. If your blood shimmers like this, boy, there's a problem. Good foul here on the werewolf. Gets a stun out of the werewolf. Doesn't get called off the pitch. Is a sneaky get after all. Fourth quarter begins here. The Goodest boys strike back. Took the lead here in the first half of the game on defense, but now fighting for the ball on offense. Two-dive block on the Hefty. Goodbye, Hefty. Goodbye, fella. You had a good run. You were doing all right for a while. Pushed onto the ball here. Pops that ball out to the left side. I didn't get it. I'm sorry. I didn't get it. A 2-die blitz against Charles gets the pal here looking for a 7+. That's another armor break as the... Whoa, what just happened? As the camera was somehow in the grass. And it zooms out for the Kaz. And now the tide is turning in favor of the Goodest boys. Strike back. 4+ pickup in the rain. That works out no problem. Was a 3/4 chance with sure hands, but you don't need it if you roll 6s. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, are you not a child of the 90s? I am not a child of the 90s. Turn 13 now for the Dream of Wish Foundation. They got a pal on the flesh golem, number 3 over on the left wide zone. Not the left wide zone, on the left side of the line, rather. Yeah, I'm all about Transformers and Mask and Michael Jackson. You didn't have to sound so offended by that question. That's right, Mask was awesome. So no Foo Fighters, no Puddle of Mud. I would say I like Nirvana, but I have opinions. And there are some Foo Fighters song I like a lot, of course. You know you have a Thriller jacket. I had a Thriller belt for a while. Eagle TSI says, I just turned 56 on Sunday. I'm so old, but not that old. Festook says, well, there goes my hero. I know that song. Failed rush on the blitz against Punk Johnson. Spends the final reroll into a push, and that is it for rerolls. Neither team with a reroll. That's what I was going to say earlier. The importance of rerolls. We've talked about it a lot, but rerolls very, very important in this game because you're rolling a D6. A D6 only has 6 faces. If you were rolling a D1 million, might not matter so much. But on a D6, it matters a lot. So these rerolls, you really want to spend them. Oh! What a Kaz! 2 SPP on the Wolf. Robert Schnauzer fails the regen roll as well. Holy smokes. 3-die blitz against James version 3.0. Gets the armor break here and gets the removal. Clears the ball carrier. Who Paul says, were those Foo Fighter songs in the Genesis Evangelion? No, they weren't. Eagle TSI says, it's a prayer in effect. You mentioned 2 SP. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right, Eagle TSI. My apologies. Yeah, you don't get you don't get 2 SPP on a foul for a casualty. What? Tried the cheeky handoff in the rain. And now turn 14 for the Dream of Witch Foundation. They're back in this. Hank the Ranger says this game has been a bloodbath and also kind of a mercury bath. Good surf here over on the right side. Got that other blitzer off the pitch. Look at this. Look at this massacre. Yummy quatloos. Grab for the surf. That's right. Very well done here by Nick Satan. Fishing for that POW or even a defender stumbles result here with Brawler, but didn't get it. SB Beaver says, growing up, a friend and I were convinced that let the bodies to the floor was saying, let the bicycle go. How's that work? Oh. Oh, there's a syllable that's getting slurred. Let the bicycle go. Let the bicycle go. I had a friend who thought the offspring. What was the song on Smash? I don't remember the name of the song. Oh, I think it was "Come Out and Play." I think that was actually the name of the song. But I had a friend who was convinced the line that's "Take 'em out." He thought the line was "Drink your milk." He'd be like, he would sing the song and he'd be like, "Drink your milk. You gotta keep them separated." I'm like, come on, man. Drink your milk. Turn 15 for the Goodest boys. That's right. That's right. That's pretty good. 2-9 blitz against Tiny Tim version 2.0. Got the power here. 6+ with Mighty Blow will break armor, but no armor break. That's the blitz spent. There's still a mark on the ball. And that's the sneaky get. Rupert version 0.2 on the front right corner of the ball right now. Ooh. Went for the big time pickup. Didn't work out. Pops that ball out of the scrum next to a tree. We'll see a blitz on Black Mamba. Oh, I thought for sure we'd see a toss. Setting up for the surf here on Black Mamba. That's the kicker. Penultimate turn here for the Dream of Wish Foundation. I think they're going to have to rely on the old fling here if they want to end up with a draw in this game. Might be trying to blitz Jones Chihuahua here. Maybe just try to run. Drink your milk, you gotta keep them separated. Is this gonna be a handoff? So puts Terry version 2.0 in position to score. Doesn't want to rush. Has no rerolls left. So just barely in scoring range without a rush right now. 2-die over on the left side of the line will be a pal. Sponsor Patsy looking to pick up 2 SPP against Pleather. There's the armor break, but doesn't get the casualty. It's still available. Oh, big 5+ pickup doesn't work out. -1 for the rain, -1 for the mark. 1/3 pickup, 1/3 chance of a pickup. Turn 16 for the Goodest boys now. They are desperately trying to stop this score. Yeah, I think they're going to go after Jerry version 2.0 here. KO's not going to do much. You don't earn SPP on a knockout. Now 1 die against Jerry version 2.0. That is just a push. And will absolutely not push onto that ball. Second block attempt. Got the knockdown on Jerry version 2.0. An armor break would be huge. There's the armor break. Jerry out of the equation and off the pitch. It comes down to Rupert. Will Rupert stay alive? Here's the blitz. Rupert's getting knocked to the ground. No, he's not. No, he's not. Oh, I thought he had tackle. Is the tackle guy gone? The tackle guy's gone. Rupert stays alive. Sixes happen. Turn 16. Sixes happen. Let's go! I mean, skulls also happen. That is the game. The Goodest boys win this one 1-0. Oh, man. Very well played by both coaches. Always great to see these two coaches taking the pitch. Nick Satan, once again, the current league champion, picking up a halfling team, a very, very difficult team to coach. Always really fun to see what he can do with the team. And with that, the Goodest boys strike back are going to... Why is that not working? You want to know why that's not working? Because I gave the win to a totally different matchup. Let me fix this really quick. I gave the win to this game coming up right now. Let me reset that. There we go. That should be good. Hey, there we go. And with that victory, the Goodest boys strike back. We'll bump up into third place here in Division B. Congratulations to Old Gamer Mike on the victory. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. All right, we're going to head on over to our second game right now over in Division C. Let me get set up for that real quick. It'll take me 15 seconds.